in Abu Dhabi, and it should be 7:40 p.m. in India. Today is Saturday, 7th of February, 2026. The topic of discussion today is we discuss about, in Buddhism, there are four noble truths. This is the teaching of Gautam Buddha. So we'll discuss about that. So, and little bit learn about Buddhism, about just for the knowledge. So, and as you are aware that next month we'll be visiting Bodh Gaya, which is the place Gautam Buddha got enlightened. So before that, it is we will go to few of the Gautam Buddha's teaching and the path, what it means. So when we'll be there at that place, then we'll understand it more detail, the significance. And so that is the reason we selected this topic today. And just to make it clear that our spiritual path is, in fact, spirituality is nothing to do with any religion whatsoever. So, and spirituality, because religions are man-made, spirituality is not. That is the thing. So I have just to make it clear. So we will, discuss about, if we discuss about Pranam Madhu, if we discuss about Buddhism or any other, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, or any other, religion, it is just for our interest only. And it is better to have the knowledge and understanding and the respect for all the religions. And also it is interesting to know how over the centuries that it has evolved, many religions, and because earlier there was no spiritual separate category of spirituality. So the spiritual masters, they have used that religious means, or they have started a religion, a new path, or it is they give discourses under the umbrella of certain religion, because spirituality is abstract concept to that point of time. So that is why they have used the spiritual messages, but given as a part of the religion. It's mentioned in the religious books and things like that. So that is why it is interesting to study that Buddhism. And that's why we selected this topic to discuss, further. Though there is no apparent contradiction, but I'm just saying that we have to make it clear that it is not enough that whatever is written in some book or something, we have to accept it blindly. We are on spiritual path. We are not following that kind of system. In spiritual path, I'm just mentioning it so that it's clear. The background is very clear that why we are discussing so-called religious things here. Just for our understanding, for our interest, but not really, we are not considering it as we have to follow strictly the guidelines of the Buddhism or any other religion. It is for our interest only. What in spirituality, what we learn and encourage, that the knowledge, the truth, the divinity, you should be able to download firsthand, not by reading any books or somebody told or some master told. Those are only like a pointers, interesting to know or things like that, but that should not be taken as, 100% to be followed and implemented in your life. That is not the reason, because the time has changed, era has changed, and many things has, society has changed, science has been developed, many other things happened. So some of the aspects and that point of time, which was important for humanity to know and follow, it may not be so much relevant today. But as I mentioned earlier, that it is interesting to know how it was evolved, how developed, what their theories are, how their teachings are, and things like that. So we have to take it in that spirit. Okay. All right. And also, just last week, I think we discussed through the discussion in the Hindu mythology, there are the Savatar, and out of that, 9 has already taken place, and 10th is awaited. And the 9th avatar is Gautam Buddha, of the Hinduism. So the Savatar, Navam avatar, the last one, incarnated one, is Gautam Buddha. We discussed last week about that. So these things are just interesting to note. So that's why we just referred there. All right. So now we'll come to our today's topic. We'll discuss about what are the 4 truths, what taught by Gautam Buddha. That is the topic of our discussion today. All right. So first is called the truth of suffering. So the truth of suffering, that it is first truth of the fourfold noble truth of Buddhism. So we will now discuss it little detail. That is, the thing is, the world is full of suffering. Birth is suffering, old age is suffering, sickness and death are suffering. I think somebody wants to join. Just give me a minute. And to meet a person whom one hates is suffering. To be separated from beloved one is suffering. To be vanity, struggling to satisfy one's needs is suffering. In fact, life that is not free from desire and passion is always involved in distress, ultimately. And this is called the truth of suffering. Like many times, I think during our earlier sessions also we discussed the life. If you see truly, if you analyze it, then you find out the most of the things in life are like a darkness. And few glimpse of happiness here and there, that's like firefly or jugnu. That is what it is. So this is one of the truth. But the first truth of the Buddhism, what Gautam Buddha asked his follower to accept the truth that the world is full of suffering. This is the truth of suffering. Is it true? We can have a little glimpse here and there, just I was telling the Jugnu or something like that. It's not, it is also fact that there are few happiness here and there. It's not completely dark, but the portion of the, once we live the life, we know most of the things doesn't go as per the way we want it. And we suffer because the outcome is not in our favor. So the cause of human suffering is undoubtedly found in the thirst of the physical body, and it is in the illusion of worldly passion. So our physical body, our mind, they look for something, they crave for something, and this is the same body and mind, it suffers. That is the result of it. So, and these thirsts and illusions are traced to their source. They are found to be rooted in the intense desires of the physical instincts. So your mind and the body is automatically go towards the desires, or go towards the, whatever you love to do, like to have, like to eat, like to go, like to do, and something like that. It is the Buddha's teaching saying that your physical body and mind automatically go there. It is the nature. To go to have something, to get something, and all those things. But the truth is, you will not get, most of the time, you will not get whatever you are looking for. Then you suffer. Your physical body suffers. Thus, the desire having a strong will to live at its basis, 6, that what is feels desirable, even if it is sometimes death, called the truth of the cause of suffering. This is the second one. So what they are concluding here, that they are saying that the suffer first is the truth of suffering. Suffering is happening, no doubt about it. Yeah. Now they go one layer below, and they found what is the cause of those suffering. Those are desires, and those desires, when they don't get fulfilled, then we suffer. So, cause of the suffering, that is the second truth. They are saying truth of the cause of suffering is the desires. So, these desires are the root cause of all those things. Here, I like to just refer to you our discussion in our groups earlier. I normally talk about a formula. Happiness is inversely proportional to the expectations. Yeah. So means more the expectation, less the happiness. And the less the expectation, more the happiness. So in this second truth, the cause of suffering, in the Buddhism, Gautam Buddha is teaching exactly the same thing. He's telling the root cause of suffering is desires. That is the second truth. I think somebody wants to join. So basically, Buddha is telling, as long as you have desire, that is some point of time you are inevitably suffer. And it will continue till the death. This as long as the desires will keep on coming, I want to go there and to eat this, I want to meet that, and all those kind of thing. And most of the time it will not happen. So cause of the suffering. First is suffering, it will happen. It's the truth. If somebody is saying, no, I will not suffer and all those things, that either telling a lie or that is called in denial. What is denial? I'm also calling it like you tell the lie to yourself so many times that you ultimately believing that is the truth. And this process, I call it self-conning. There are many people, they believe they are good at something. Actually, they are not, but they themselves tell them so many times, they themselves start believing it. First, they start with to project themselves to others. It's a typical ego trait. Project themselves to others, but later on, when maybe they tricked some of the people, and then slowly, they themselves started believing that they are good at it. And that is where it is a lie, but that's what they accept. And this process is called, you are in a denial. Means I'm fine, I'm good, and I'm good. It's a wrong thing, but it is not true, but they project it to be so. And that is called in denial. It means you are not, accepting the truth. And in fact, what happens is, over the period of time, most of the cases go to such a deep scale, even we don't want to know the truth. We know that truth may not, I have falsified so many times. I picked up, pretended so many times. So I also scared the truth. Even I don't know what will be there. Most of the people I'm saying, they are in that approach. See, this category of people, most of them are in Kali Yuga, most of the people are like that only. They become so scared to face the truth. They self-con themselves, they put mask even with themselves. And they don't want to face the truth. How they manage it? These people, they do not want it to be alone in silence. It got to that extent. Because when they are gone into the silence alone, then the truth reveals it started coming back, and they hate it. They don't want to face it. So what they do all the time, they want to engage their mind into something. It is a distraction, but they think it is entertainment. In the name of entertainment, they are basically do not allow their focus to go inward and self-searching and truth-finding and things like that. So you might have seen somebody just cannot drive a car without some music playing into the car. Or sitting here, they cannot just sit idle, starting something, some TV or something is going on. If nothing to do, some calling somebody and chit-chatting for some hours together and all those kind of things. What basically the fundamental reason of all those things, they cannot face themselves alone. They just try to engage it some other way. And just to break away from that pattern, I'm just telling, just a spiritual path, we need to meditate. We need to be alone. We need to be concentrating. We need to be focusing inside. And during the process, a lot of things, or, trapped energies, hidden things, what we earlier tried not to face anything, they will pop up, they will come up and all those things. I'm talking during meditation. On the spiritual path, this is very normal. On spiritual path, when that happens, sometimes even during meditation, people get emotional. Somebody started crying and things like that. It's very normal, What we suggest is just allow it to go, allow it to happen. It's okay to cry, you will feel sad or feel even sometimes anger and all this kind of stuff may come, some guilty feeling and all. So why we say that it is okay to do that? Because these are not actually the part of suffering. Rather, those are part of cleansing. They are coming and going out of your system. So allow that to happen. Maybe there are some kind of trauma, some kind of heart feeling, some kind of thing, or some kind of, maybe you have done something wrong to someone and those things are coming up. If you feel guilty, you feel shamed and all those kind of things. Doesn't matter. It's okay. We let it go, and we have spiritual tools to address that. But anyway, that is a different topic, so we'll not go there. But what I'm saying is that the second truth, what as per Gautam Buddha's teaching, that the cause of the suffering is desires. Whatever desire, and basically you suffer because the desire is not fulfilled. So why we say, many people say, why you are saying like life is all darkness and few, jugno here and there. That is our experience. But why experience is like that? Because we don't suffer with the good things happened. And even if we don't remember, don't bother. We are getting blessed with so many things every day. Even the masters say that when you get up in the morning, open your eyes in the morning, that is also a blessing. There are many, maybe about 10,000 people who slept last night didn't see that this morning. They died during the sleep or in the middle of the night or something happened. So we take it for so granted that when we open our eyes, and then we are blessed actually, and we are getting a sunlight for free, air for free. So all these things are blessings. So why we suffer? Because we don't count the blessings. Okay, we focus on the negative thing, particularly those things which we wanted but didn't get. That's why we suffer. That is expectation, but then not meeting the expectation. Anyway, so it is not that good things are not happening to us. First of all, we take it for granted. We don't think that what is there to appreciate. And we basically feel good for momentarily and move on. That is the Jogno stuff. That is the firefly stuff. The momentarily feeling happy and go on. If we hear some good news or something. And then Rest of the thing, why the rest of the period are dark? Time-wise, both are same. That is correct. Time-wise, both are same. But what we do is mentally we repeat it in our mind, particularly the negative ones. 2 years back, who told me what, and who cheated me 5 years back, and all those we keep on repeating in our mind. So in that way, we are reliving the negative experiences. And slowly we develop that thing, or so much injustice happened to me, and poor me syndrome, it goes towards that. Yeah? So what is the solution to all those things? Solution that our ego comes in, and ego show us some kind of ego tricks, and it looks like we are better than others, and also we falsify, and then we project ourselves so we are better than others. That's what ego does. And that's how we somehow satisfy ourselves. But whole thing is based on a lie. It's not the truth. To covering something, you need to import something. Like ego gives you some kind of tools to project yourself, and you do projection, not the truth. Projection. In the big screen, you are big, so big, great. Till the major thing, hits you continue to do that. And some of the time we have got multiple success in that one. Then our ego get more boost, and we get confident about cheating people, hiding ourselves. Anyway, so those are the kind of things. So this is the teaching of the second truth, that is the cause of suffering. Okay. All right. So now go to the next one. Now, if desire, which lies at the root of all human passion, it can be removed, then passion will die out and all human suffering will be ended. And this is called the truth of the cessation of suffering, like a end of suffering. So what is there to understand that? Now Buddha is coming to the next point, next truth. What is that truth? Just let me read that. There is the truth of cessation of suffering, truth of end of suffering. So it basically a link to the second one. If the cause of suffering is like a craving and attachments and desires, then end of suffering is when we stop craving things, when we stop, expecting things, when we stop getting attached to the thing, or like attached to the results. Results in our favor, not any result. When we get attached, that attachment, we, gone past that, or when we go beyond that, then suffering ends. That is the third truth. So now Buddha's teaching, we come to the third truth, that the cessation of the suffering, truth of the cessation of suffering. Okay. Now the thing is, so up to here, it starts with the suffering. First truth, we have to accept the suffering. This is the first question Gautam Buddha, that time he was a prince, Siddhartha. There's a famous story is there. He went in a chariot, and in a royal chariot, and first he saw one old person, and they could not walk, and with a stick and walking and all those things. So then young prince Siddhartha asked his driver, basically charioteer, that why that man is walking like that, why that fellow is holding a stick and bend in the body and all those kind of things. And then they told it's old age. Oh, so sad that people is having old age, and that is not good. So then his driver told, it is not that man. Everybody will have this one point of time. They will have this old age. But what you are saying? I'm also having this old age. Yes, you will have. I will have. Everybody will have some point of time, old age, and they have to be like that only. So this is the truth. He understands that it is something is, not a pleasant experience to somehow to walk like that, not being able to walk properly, physical strength gone and things like that. After some time, come across with, some people are carrying it with so many spots, I think the pox or something. And he was asking again, what happened to this person? He said he fell with a disease and we are taking to the Ved, the doctor. So what happened to him? They said, this is a disease, he's suffering from illness, and this is a symptom, is all around his body, and that's why he's taking to the doctor. And the poor fellow, that he should not have this, and why he is having this kind of thing. I said, not he, everybody will have some point of time, some disease or some illness will happen. And I will also have this. He said, yes, you will also have sometime, some kind of disease. Not same, everybody same, but something. As long as you have body, you will have disease. And the third and last one is about some people are carrying a dead body and taking for the funeral. Some people are going with that person in a procession type. So where they're taking him and what happened to him, he said he died. Died means he will not come back. He's no longer alive. No, why it happened? Well, it happens to everybody. Someday I will also have. Then Siddhartha says, I will also have. Yes, you will also have this death. These three things are the turning point. These three things, he understood that first truth. Okay. The life, the truth of suffering. Life is suffering. This old age, suffering associated with it, and the disease associated with it, death, means the relatives and all, whatever, they will suffer the loss. These things is a part of the thing. Everybody has to undergo. So from there, the first truth came, which makes him to leave his palace and go for his sadhana in the jungle and meditating to find out the truth, which is constant, which will beyond suffering. And then this fourth truth, then he narrated after he became enlightened, become Buddha. Buddha means enlightened. And then he narrated these four principles, for truth, fundamental truth of Buddhism. So what I'm basically saying, those first one came from his earlier experiences, what made him to leave his palace and go for the search of the truth. All right. So now, we have come to third one. I think first one is truth of suffering. Just to explain the truth of the cause of suffering. Then they establish it is the desire, the attachment, and what is called and cravings. So those are the reason for suffering. And the third one is the truth of the cessation of suffering, like end of suffering. So it is a corollary of the second one. If those are the things, desire caused it. So if you can win your desires, go beyond that, then suffering will stop because there is no desire. And that's what I was explaining with the happiness is inversely proportional to the expectation. So if there's no expectation or expectation is going towards zero, happiness will go to the maximum. So basically, if the happiness all the time, if you are happy, then there is no question of suffering. And that form of happiness is not possible in the physical level. In physical level, we cannot be, in the external world rather, we cannot be happy all the time. So how we made it? We need to have that kind of spiritual practice to attain that state when there is no desire. No desire, but not running away from it. We have to understand very well. People misunderstand that means we'll not enjoy anything, will not eat, will not, have any kind of pleasures of life. No, only it has to be detached. No expectation. So when it go into the level of the mastery, then all the masters, they don't expect anything from anyone. I very often tell the story of Jesus Christ, that he healed 40 people who were suffering from leprosy, and they were outcasted. They put it in a cave away from the village, and they came to him, or he visited, I think, there and touched each one of them, and instantly they got healed. No leprosy. Out of 40, 39 of them, they don't lose a single moment. They run back to the village to enjoy life. Only there is one lady, she just told thank you and then left. Okay, just one thank you. But from the Jesus point of view, it does not matter whether they say thank you or not. Their life has changed. It is, reward by itself. So how what Jesus has behaved that time, that is what all the spiritual masters do. They don't expect anything, even a thank you from anyone. By doing so, basically, if you take it from the master's point of view, they don't giving the control to somebody else, control of their own emotions, their own peace of mind, their own stability, their own centeredness. That they don't give it to somebody. It means if somebody has done something, said something, or not said thank you, not grateful and all, if this affects master, then master will be controlled by them. Somebody will be given a gali de dega to peace of mind gaya kaam se. So that is the kind of thing the master they attain. It is a power they attain through their own sadhana. So they are not getting controlled by any kind of desires or expectations whatsoever. So happiness is a portion of the expectation. So if the expectation go towards zero, then happiness goes towards infinite. All the masters, they operate from that internally. Outside, they are not saying laughing or jumping and dancing. No. Internally, they are full of joy. So that infinite happiness, you can say, so that comes because of that formula that I told you. That state in spirituality, that is called Sachidananda state, Sadachit Anand state. It is only possible that expectation, you have to automatically put it into zero, irrespective of external events. I'm not saying that something happened, then you decide, should I react or don't react? No, I don't react. You are still putting some effort to analyze and think like that. Even that will create some kind of ripple effects in your peace of mind. So what they do, no matter what happens, they don't react, that doesn't affect them. Even if somebody says bad things or even tried to harm, their inner peace has not gone. That is always stayed with them. So what I'm basically saying, that it is not dependent on any external events. So people call them, there are maybe some good things, so they should be happy. The truth is, even the good things, they are not shown that kind of happiness. It sometimes the normal behavior is shocking. Why? The good things, at least they should accept. No. Good things also. Good, bad, both they are detached with, because those are coming from the duality. They go beyond that, beyond duality. Neither good nor bad. Both are equal to them. So they operate from the unity consciousness. What is unity consciousness? That everything is an experience. Everything is flowing. Everything will come and go. You just witness them. Don't get affected by them. Neither good nor bad. And that particular state, when you achieve that, when you are detached, then it is called you are in equanimity. Means neither good, you don't carried away with the good, neither you get so many depressed with the bad things. All are equal. It's coming and going. It's all right. So this kind of thing, this particular approach, so that is the masterly state. But normally, if you just get detached from the result, that's why in the Gita says, Mahaphaleshu Kalachana. So what you do is, in doing so, questions why you will not, because we need results. That's why that is correct. You need result. What it said here, that you don't to get affected by the results, because results are not in your hand. You can do as much what you can do. Karmani dharmani vaste. Only for you do your duty and results will come. Basically, they are saying that if you are able to accept whatever results come, not as per your expectation. If you come as per expectation, that is good. If it does not come as per expectation, that is also good. If you can take both equally, then you are going beyond these things. Means nothing can then affect, because you are not having expectation of any kind of results also in your favor or your liking. This is the third truth, what Gautam Buddha is telling, that that is the truth of cessation of the suffering. So, and root to that is just you are dropping all the desires, dropping of the outcome, dropping of the expectation of certain events and things will be in certain way. So basically they're saying, see, there is no desire, there is no suffering. That is the third truth, truth of cessation of suffering. Okay. And now come the last one, fourth one, truth of the noble path. So earlier, whatever we explained so far, that means this is happening, that is the truth, it is happening because of that, and if you address to that, you will get over of it. So these are linked. Now, these are told about the logical consequence of the worldly events. Fourth truth is about then how we need to do it, how we need to sustain it. Fourth truth is about that noble truth. The fourth one, it is saying the truth of noble path. Means, basically Gautam Buddha is telling, if you want to sustain that state, suppose, just I was explaining about if the expectation go towards zero, then happiness goes to that. So you want to sustain that. Otherwise, what's the point? It should not be a jugnu again. That momentarily happiness, and that is normally anyway it will happen. But to sustain it, what you need to do, that is the fourth truth, the truth of noble path. Noble path means you need to follow a certain decorum or certain practices or certain way to lead your life. That is, as per Buddha's teaching, that is called noble path. And if you follow that, you will have that kind of joyful life all the time. Desires and all that has been taken care of, dropped, expectation dropped, and craving for anything and all those kind of attachment of all those kinds are dropped. But to maintain that, you need to follow certain things. No, it cannot just live into the void. That is the fourth truth, which explains you about how to lead your life. Okay. So this actually comes to that noble eightfold path. Means there are 8 things suggested by Buddha, Gautam Buddha, that 8 things, if you implement in your life, that is called the Eightfold Noble Path. There are 8 aspects of it. And the symbol of Buddhism, anybody here know what is the symbol of, like a Jesus? I mean, Christianity is a cross, Islam is a moon kind of thing, Om is for the Hinduism. Buddhism, what is the symbol of Buddhism? Anybody?
Wheel with 8 spokes.
Yeah, correct. Dharma chakra.
Dharma.
Eight. The wheel with 8, spokes or arms, you can say. In fact, when posting our today's the topic, you see the symbol I put there below in pink color. Those are the Buddhist symbols. Yeah. So Buddhism symbol, Dharma chakra. So it has got 8 spikes. The wheel has 8 spikes. Those 8 spikes represent these 8, paths. 8 truth. Yeah? So noble truth, eightfold, path it is. So that is where it is coming. The truth of the noble path, and this path are eightfolded. So this last truth is about to sustain that. Like, it's not a glimpse one time, that sustain that. Okay. Right. Now we'll go into see what are those eightfold noble paths are there. I just listed down somewhere. Just give me a minute. All right. The Noble Eightfold Path. So those 8, the noble paths are: first is right view, then right thought, then right speech, then right behavior, then right livelihood, then right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Okay? I repeat. So those are, I'm just reading from what the teachings of Buddha. I'm not generating any word. I'm not explaining now. I'm just saying what are the words. Words is right view, right thought, right speech, right behavior, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. So these are the 8 paths. So in the 8, we'll go a little bit of, understanding of little bit of each of those 8 paths, just to what they mean. Yeah, again, what I'm telling that now is what, as per their teaching. I'm not necessarily I'm saying that is my view, but I'm just explaining the teaching. Then we'll go into discussion of that. Yeah. First is right view means to thoroughly understand the fourfold truth, to believe in the law of cause and effect, and not to be deceived by appearances and desires. Okay, very good. So what view? Right view means what? Right view means they're saying it means thoroughly understand the fourfold truth. That whatever we explain that fourth thing, to understanding that. Yeah, you understand those the truth, fourth truth. And to believe the law of cause and effect. Everything has its equal and opposite effect. And everything, there will be some cause, then only the effect will come. So that is the law of cause and effect. And not to be deceived by appearance and desires. Like not everything shines, there are gold. And desires means you desire something does not make it right. Truth may be different. Okay. So so don't be so much put desire that you cannot see the truth. It is also said that you put the color glasses of your desires. so that the world looks certain way. It's like a red color glass. World look desires that make them red. Actually, they are not. So by they are saying you correct your vision. Right view means not you should not carried away by the appearances. Yeah. So there should be, you need to know the truth beyond the outside appearance. Somebody is smiling does not mean that person is happy, maybe internally very much depressed or angry, but it is showing I'm happy. That is appearance. And you desire something. Suppose you want something, but somehow you are not getting it. So then you should not, make it what it is not. This is, I think, grapes a shower, that story. When you didn't get whatever you desire, suddenly that becomes sour. Yeah. This kind of, anyway. So these are basically saying that you should have a right view, which will be based on the truth. Truth, like fourfold truth here by Gautam Buddha is saying. But in general, what I'm saying is your view should be based on the truth. Ultimately, the truth will win. Satyameva Jayate. But truth will reveal itself. Beyond that, before that, whatever you think those are illusions. So don't, basically, here Buddha is telling, don't carry away with the illusions. Have a right view. Right view means that there is no, you can see the truth as it is. Okay, second point is right thought. Right thought means the resolution not to cherish desires, not to be greedy, not to be angry, and not to do any harmful deed. So even at the thinking level, right thought means your thoughts will be such that resolution not to cherish anything, like it too much, like a happiness and thing like that. That's what I was earlier talking about, equanimity. Even the good thing, no need to too much of going towards head that I got it, or this is I win it, everybody lost, I win. And your desires, the thought should not be governed by the desires. Thought should not be governed by greed and not to be angry. The thought should not be governed by anger and not to do any harmful deed. Your thought should not be how I can harm someone. This is called right thought. I normally, you might have seen me saying, one of my teaching is that you enjoy life with just one principle: no harm to anything or anyone. That's all. And Buddha is telling exactly the same thing: not to do any harmful deed. Means thinking even to do harm this thing to someone is also, that is not the right thought. So right thought is in absence of all those harmful things. Somebody wants to come join. Okay, I get them in. Okay, so that is about the right thought. In thought level, you should avoid these things. Now I'm just explaining that from spiritual point of view. I'm now putting my view on this one. Right thought, actually, it is the purity of the mind. If the mind is pure, purified, then it will generate the right thoughts. And that kind of thing, purity, all the master need to go through. And it is very tough because we are so much accustomed, so much we are what is called conditioned of thinking a certain way, mostly negative way. It is very difficult to go into that. So what we do, I'm talking what practice we do. First, we go into the meditation. By meditating, we reduce the number of thoughts and ultimately go to the no thought. So when you go to the no thought, then your ego cannot control you anymore. So those kind of things like greed, desires, anger, and harmful things will get dropped because there is no thought. Okay. And as there is no thought, ego cannot control you. So when ego cannot control you, the ego also get dropped because its tools have been taken away. So then what happens is, then we invite our higher self, soul consciousness, to take over and run our life. So when you are aligned with your soul consciousness, your thought become purified, right? And this process of cleansing, get rid of that kind of things, that process is called Antakaran Suddhi. Antakaran Suddhi is cleanliness in all levels, like physical level, mental level, emotional level, and the spiritual level, all those things all together, all in aligned condition. So if you have the masters, they go into that level of Antakaran Suddhi, and after that, they are governed their life moment by moment by their soul consciousness. So as it is fully, soul is in the purity and full of joy and all those kind of things. So whatever thought comes, those are pure thoughts. And thoughts are also only when needed, they bring it. If they don't need, unnecessarily don't have the idle thoughts of many things. It just simply, they don't exist. So that means, now I added this point, is the right thought is it will happen automatically when you undergo this process, spiritual process of Antakaran Suddhi, your thought will get purified. And that is what is Gautam Buddha is meant to be, right thought. By here, he is mentioning by dropping what not to be think about, but I am just added this point that how to achieve that. Okay, theoretically, if there is no negative thought, you will be right thought. But how? That's what I added to it. Through your meditation, through your sadhana, you're going to first no thought, so that then ego gets dropped, ego annihilation takes place. Then you surrender it to your higher self. Your higher self takes over your life, and then whatever necessary thing in your life, your soul guides, and those thoughts comes, and those are the right thoughts. Okay. All right. Even whether those are right or wrong thoughts, you need not to bother. Whatever happens, it is aligned. So that is what it is, and that's how that is called holistic living. Fully aligned with your soul consciousness. All right, let us go to the next point. Next point is right speech. So what is it is written here? Right speech means the avoidance of lying words, idle words, abusive words, and double tongues. Okay. So right speech, as per Buddhism, they're saying that you need to avoid lying, telling lie, or idle words. Just like verbiage doesn't mean anything. Idle mind, devil's workshop, that kind of stuff coming out of your mouth. Don't allow that to happen. Abusive words, you're abusing someone or something. So negative words, insulting words, and all those things, and double tongues, like means you are somebody, and maybe you are saying sweet words, but there is not unconditional. It has got some purpose, So those are the kind of things, these kinds of words to be avoided. That's what it says about the right speech. So that is the Buddhism in teaching you not to lie, not to be abusive words, not to manipulative words, and not to idle words of, making castle in the air, right? Making up things from nothing. Those kind of speech to be avoided. Yeah, that's what is called right speech. Next is the right behavior. So right behavior. So let me read what is there. The teaching. Right behavior means not to destroy any life, not to steal, or not to commit adultery. Okay, 3 things. So Buddha's teaching says that right behavior means do not destroy any life form. It's not only human, any kind of life forms, don't destroy. Somebody wants to join. Okay. Don't destroy any life, not to steal. Yeah. don't take anything from which belongs to somebody without permission. That's a stealing. And not to commit adultery. That is a, moral thing to, like, basically they're saying follow social norms and follow the standard practices. Don't go out of the way to do something which can disturb the society or disturb somebody else and things like that. Yeah. All right. So this is covered the right behavior. Now let me add my comment on this, the social and not social, spiritual aspects of it. I explained that there is something called character. In the spirituality, character means nothing to do with the morality. Like perversion or these kind of things. Nothing to do with the morality. The character in spirituality means congruence in thoughts, words, and actions. I repeat, character in spirituality means congruence in your thoughts, words, and actions. Because these three things are coming under your free will. So, you are called the person of character in spirituality when your thoughts, words, and actions are same, all aligned. They're in full alignment. Then you have a character. So right behavior is basically meant that you need to have the spiritual character. And this character is the alignment. Otherwise, like if you're like thinking something, saying something, doing something else, that is not in a good behavior. That is not in alignment. And so right behavior, what our spiritual understanding is, you should have the spiritual character, alignment in thoughts, words, and action. Whatever it may be, content is a different issue. But if you are thinking something, you are saying the same thing without any manipulation and following it up with your actions. So there is no, difference between these two. So anyway, this is what it is, the right behavior. Next is right livelihood. Means to avoid any life that would bring shame. So now Buddha's teaching is right livelihood means like avoid anything in life which brings shame. Shame to you or to others. Okay, forget about others. At least you should not be feeling ashamed of something, doing something. If you are your livelihood, if you follow a livelihood, what it is brings you shame, then better to avoid it. That is not the right livelihood. So this right livelihood means shame. Spiritual understanding of that is shame, guilt, and all fear, all those kind of things that reduces your vibration basically. So 250 is a neutral, and anything below 250 is a negative vibration. Goes negative in the scale, and 250 is neutral. 250 and 499 is a positive. 500 is love and above. 500 is love, and above that in the enlightenment 700. So basically what they're saying, right livelihood is you live a certain way, you don't fall into the negative vibrational category, not below 250. Shame is one of them. Shame, guilt, and all those kind of things. These are negative emotions. What it will do is it will drag your vibration down. And when that will definitely not the holistic living, or it is that is not the right living per se. So right livelihood basically saying avoid any life. I read it now again. Right livelihood means to avoid any life that would bring shame. Okay. And I am explaining it saying that avoid anything which is below 250 vibration. All those, the table, the cone, those lower parts, you need to avoid that so that your life pushes towards the positive territory. You don't fall into that. If your livelihood contains those aspects, you have to drop that, or you have to learn how to overcome that and go to the positive territory. Otherwise, you'll be in a downward thing, going back to the life of suffering. Okay. Now, next one is right livelihood, I have just read, and then is right effort. So then first I'll read it. And right effort means to try to do one's best diligently toward the right direction. So, right effort means all your actions will be in the right direction, means making it better, making it positive. It should be helping the humanity, basically. Okay, humanity part is the spiritual explanation. I'll come back to that later. The right effort means all your actions should be contribute to in the right direction, which will be helpful and bring positivity. And that's what they said, the right effort. If something you do which is not contributing positively, better to avoid that. That's what it means. Now let me give you that spiritual understanding of this part of it. Yeah. See, effort is basically action. And action is that three things under our free will: what right now I'm thinking, and what right now I'm saying, what right now I'm doing. Okay? These three things are under our free will. So action is one of them. So it is our free will. That's why we need to make sure that our free will is governed in the right direction. That's our responsibility. Nobody else can do it on our behalf. I'm sure the speech is there, right? Speech, yeah, there. See, those three things I told you: thought, words, and action. First one was the right thought. Second one was the right speech. And then after that, behavior, livelihood, effort, and effort. Yeah. Behavior, livelihood, it is a time in between out of 8, these two, but then effort, action. So three things, whatever under our free will, it is our responsibility to govern them in the positive direction. Yeah. So it is your effort, means your action should be in the right direction. So spiritually speaking, so how we decide that which is the right direction? There's an intelligent question. Okay, right effort. Yeah, it says the right, try to do one's best diligently toward the right direction. Two things here. One, one's best diligently. First part, and second part, toward the right directions. First part and second part. Let us understand spiritually what is mentioned. First, it's clear, action is coming from free will, so we need to, it is our control, we have to do that. So do one's best diligently means this part spiritual understanding is your intention should be right. Right intention. And second part is right direction. So how do we know it is right? This part, if you allow your ego or brain to take the decision, you are not sure whether it is right or not. But earlier I told, on the spiritual level, spirituality is connection with your own soul. And holistic living is living your life under the direct guidance of your soul moment by moment. If you have done that, if you have surrendered your life to your soul, then whatever comes, it will be right direction only. You need not to bother whether it's right or wrong. You do not have to decide that. Earlier it was, because your ego is telling this is the right, that is wrong. Now you go beyond that. It is in unity consciousness. So whatever guidance you are getting, it just implement it. You will be always in the right direction. And your soul knows everything, and even it will help you to get out of the trap of your karma further. Unknowingly you build karma, but if you are aligned with your consciousness, soul consciousness, you will not create any new karma. So that from that point of view, I'm saying it will be right. So here, right From where we'll get the right direction? I am answering now from your own consciousness. It knows everything. Only thing, by your free will, you have to surrender. And when it gives you the guidance, you have to follow that, implement that. That is your responsibility. So that is the right effort here, what is meant, what is been taught by Buddha. Next, I think how many you have done? Right thought, right speech, right behavior, right livelihood, right effort. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Effort and right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Right mindfulness means maintaining a pure, thoughtful mind. The right mindfulness is, now it is talking about that, okay, that thoughts is one of them, but that thought, the quality should be pure. That is the right mindfulness is coming. But whatever your mind content, that should be pure. Right mindfulness. And even, there was a discussion about the mindful meditation is called mindfulness and all those things. Eckhart Tolle has mentioned something, interesting, funny, once he was joking. He said, when you say the mindful, practice of mindfulness, apparently it looks like the mind should be full, okay? But that is not what is meant. Actually, what we need is a mind should be empty. Or Eckhart Tolle says that mind should be still. So basically, now I'm explaining, it is written here, right mindfulness means maintain a pure and thoughtful mind. But here, now I'm explaining, thoughtful mind is a little bit misleading. So let me see what is meant here. First is you have to maintain a pure mind. Pure mind is no negativity, nothing, and all that, this kind of things. And actually, thoughtful mind means it should not be full of thoughts. It should be like all controlled thoughts, like fully those things which is not controlled by thoughts. So in thoughtful mind, actually it should be taken in the spiritual context is a thoughtless mind. So no thought mind. And that is the right state of mind, where it is mentioned right mindfulness. I repeat, it's because the word is contradicting, it looks like here. I read it, what is written here. Right mindfulness means to maintain a pure and thoughtful mind. What is meant is the mind should be still. Still means no noise. Like externally, if there is no sound, it is called silence. And inside the mind, if there is no thought, it is called stillness. Stillness is the right state of mind. Okay. So mindfulness, don't literally think mind should be full of thoughts. No, it should be just opposite. Understanding of that is opposite of that. I mean, right mind should be thoughtless. Okay, that is a spiritual understanding of this point. Okay, so next point is right concentration. Means to keep the mind right and tranquil for its concentration, seeking to realize the mind pure essence. I read it again. Right concentration means to keep the mind right and tranquil. Keep the mind right is already in the previous point. Now they are saying another point, tranquil. Tranquil means serenity. Tranquil for its concentration, seeking to realize mind's pure essence. this particular thing, the tranquil, or earlier we were discussing about the equanimity of the mind. No good, no bad, and all those things. This concentration thing, now let me explain it spiritually, what is meant by that. Okay, your mind, you get rid of the thought and all those things, but what will state you will maintain? It's saying right concentration. Actually, what it is, your mind spiritually should be alert and aware. Because wherever you concentrate, the focus, wherever you give attention, your soul's energy goes there. We use this principle to many, many places. I'm sure you have heard many times. Something to heal, something to, even to not to control you, you have to focus there, to concentrate there. While giving the concentration, focus, you open up the channel of your consciousness to reach there. So your mind should be fully aligned so that your consciousness can work through your mind. And that will form your reality. So right concentration means you have to be alert and aware. No thought does not mean you are sleeping. Your mind, in which state it should be? It should be right concentration state. What Buddha is saying means you should be alert and aware. No content, but alert and aware. In the alert and aware, it should be, your intention should be pure, and whatever you focus on, concentrate on, it will invite your consciousness into that matter. And that will convert into purity. Suppose you want to heal something, you have to just focus with your intention. And that, when you do that, your power of the consciousness will come, and it will be through that, like it will reach there, and the power of consciousness will heal it. Any kind of, like during healing, even that addictions and all those kind of things. So those can be, we can get it, get out of it easily by this process. All right, so we have now completed, I think, 8 points. So I repeat 8 path. So I repeat now, before we, before we close this top discussion. First one, right view. Next is right thought. Third is right speech. Fourth is right behavior. Fifth is right livelihood. Sixth is right effort. Seventh is right mindfulness. And eighth is right concentration. But just we explained. So these are the noble eightfold path, of the Buddhism. And if we follow this, and then you lead a life of no suffering. And I just explained each point from the spiritual context, what that mean. And we exactly follow those things, not in these words. We don't use this kind of words. So, because the reason is, when you say right, automatically we feel there should be wrong as well. So it is not about right and wrong. It is going beyond that. That is a spiritual path. But maybe that Buddha felt that they will not understand what is equanimity and thing like that. So they give the right path, right view, right thing, everything right. So understand something right we need to follow. So that, I think, that is the reason this terminology has been used. But I explained what is a spiritual, context to the teaching. There's wonderful 8 paths, and that this is called that noble eightfold path of Buddhism. So with this, I will just conclude the explanation. Okay, if you have any question. Okay, Hariom, you raised your hand. Just 1 minute. Let me save the attendance, then I will come to you. Yes, Saryam, go ahead.
Guruji, little clarity on these few terms. One is stillness of mind, then is tranquil mind, third is equanimity, and fourth is no mind.
All right.
So I'm
Okay.
after mind today.
Okay. One by one. What is the first one?
Stillness of the mind.
Yeah. Stillness of the mind means it is the inner silence. Like there is no thought in your mind. Internally, there is no thought into the mind. That is called stillness of the mind. Okay. Second one. You are muted.
Tranquility, Guruji.
Yeah. Tranquility is, that is, tranquil mind is like even though there is a thought, but there is no disturbance, there is no contradiction, there is no random thoughts. They are in a well-flowing and very well-behaved thoughts. That is a tranquil mind.
And equanimity?
Equanimity is you are not affected by either positive or negative. You are beyond that.
Okay.
That is your state of mind, which is beyond positive and negative. There is no duality.
Okay.
That is called equanimity. It is like a difference between a magnet and a soft iron bar.
Mhm.
Magnet has a polarity, soft iron is not having any kind of polarity. But
So,
magnet made from that soft iron, that's why what you can say, when you loses all polarity, you go beyond to another level, and that is called your equanimity.
equanimity is same as no mind, Guruji?
No. See, no mind is no thought. And what is your fourth one is no mind?
No mind.
Yeah. No mind is actually, it is basically the stillness of the mind. There is no thought, no thought zone. Okay. But as you have a no thought, no external input is controlling you.
Mhm.
Okay. That is about the last point, what you mentioned. Yeah. They are interlinked, but they are not same.
Right, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you. Taposh?
This suffering, what we understand, can be reduced if the expectations are reduced.
Yeah, that's
Now,
what Buddha says. Yes.
Yes. Now, question is that on the flip side, when we do this manifestations through 555 or water, so in those manifestations, there is no expectation.
Expectation of the result need to be dropped.
Okay.
You can have a goal, but the thing is that you do your part.
Okay.
But you have to save yourself. If that don't go as per your liking, then you should not suffer.
Okay.
But it does not mean you stop living.
So we are expressing our wishes.
You should be doing your part. That is necessary. But the question comes here that everything we do for certain results and all those things, that is true. But when we too much attached with it, we are too much, like our emotional capital is depending upon that, and that will destroy you.
Okay.
That need to be dropped. The expectation need to be dropped, not the results. When results come, you enjoy. But when it does not come, you should be able to accept it with open heart as well.
So when I'm expressing my manifestations, these are just expressing my wishes without any expectations, like that.
No. You have that. See, expectation faculty need to be dropped, not the result. You want certain result, that is intention. Intention is energy level. Okay. But what you are saying that if I don't get, something will happen, this, that, your mind creation. No? You suffer because of that. Okay. The mind part need to be dropped. That's all. You should do the manifestation, whatever like to do, whatever your goal is and thing like that. That's all fine. Okay.
Thank you, Ratita.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mahua.
Pranam Rajdeep.
Pranam.
So I was looking at that the cone that we talk about, the frequency cone, no, which is shame
Okay,
is.
just a minute. Vikas, can you mute your microphone, please? I will come back to you. Yeah. Yes, Mahua, go ahead.
So the frequency cone that we refer to by I forget.
Dr. David Hawkins.
Dr.
Yes.
David Hawkins. So there is, you said 250 and 250, below 250, 250 shows neutrality, but 200 is courage. So I'm thinking like courage is usually a positive vibration, no?
Yeah. No, that is you are right. So this courage is basically what is meant is that like to run behind something you want. Okay, and there is a chance that you will get hit. Means like you can say that it is a just a moment. I'm just searching for the right word. Your adamant. You are adamant about something. Courage is actually has a positive connotation, but what is meant by you are adamant about something? That's what is mentioned as the courage. It is like a persuasive courage. Like you want to insist whatever you want. Okay, you keep on repeating and forcing others to make that happen. That's why it is a negative.
Then normally we talk about perseverance as something that will help you. I mean, again, this is more in the work life or studying, like when you are, you tell your children or you tell your team that patience, perseverance, these are things that will help you achieve your goal. So, I mean, somewhere, okay.
No, this courage is, I'm saying that you are insisting of something or which is not happening automatically. Okay, that kind of courage is not good.
Because usually we see courage as opposite
ego-driven. Ego-driven. Courage is a very, widespread thing.
Okay.
You have courage to accept some loss. That is also courage. Yeah, that courage is good. What you are mentioning, that is about perseverance and acceptance of things. These are more like acceptance rather than courage. Courage means irrespective of the outcome, I will go whatever I want.
I think adamant, being adamant is what.
Being adamant means this is a courage governed by ego, means within bracket. That is a negative thing. But courage to face the reality, courage to face the truth, and those are positive things.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. But I accept that. The courage is not the right word chosen there. Some adamant or stubborn or this kind of thing should have been written instead of courage. Courage is misleading as a word.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next is Vikas. Pranam.
I want to know what is purity of mind.
Okay. What is purity of mind? Your voice is not clear.
Purity of mind.
Yeah. So purity of mind is when the mind is fully aligned with your soul. 100% aligned with your soul. That's all. That is called purity of mind.
So is there a difference between tranquility of mind and purity of mind?
Tranquility.
Yeah.
Tranquility means all the thoughts are flowing in the one direction, no random thoughts. They're in a steady flow. That is tranquil mind. There is no disturbance.
So there is a difference between purity mind and tranquility of mind.
Correct. What I'm saying, purity of mind is nothing to do with the flow of thoughts. Whatever it is, it should be fully 100% aligned with your soul. Then it is pure.
So if we take it, means the purified mind, if we talk about only purity, in any sense, anything, then how we should proceed?
I didn't get you. Your voice is breaking. If you're asking what purity, how we get the purity, or
Purity, what other than mind,
yeah,
if we leave mind, purity of anything.
yes,
So
purity.
How
No, purity of what? See, yes, something is purity of, thoughts, words, and actions. Those are the three things under our free will. Purity means these things should be fully aligned with the soul. Purity of any physical matter is without any contamination. Pure gold is 100% gold. Any matter, that is called purity. So our spiritual pure means it is 100% aligned with your own soul. That is spiritual purity. Okay. But other materialistic thing, they're 100% of the same material. That is purity.
Okay, Guruji.
Means you give me the example so that I can, because pure is a very, wide term. You give me exactly where pure what?
That is what I wanted to ask. Pure means it is applied to anything.
It can apply to anything. If it is a matter, if it is a physical matter, then same material should be 100%. If it is a human being, whatever it is, it should be 100% aligned with the soul. Then it is pure.
Okay.
So whatever we are saying, whatever we are doing, everything is aligned with the soul. That is, we are in a pure action. Okay. Yeah, but what I'm saying is there can be different versions of it. So if you mention how it is, what is this pure means, then I will tell you how that can be explained. Yeah. But if it is a matter, it is 100% of the same material. If it is your human being or any life matters or anything, physical matters, means human matters, then it is fully aligned with the soul.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Tapush.
Slightly different, maybe from the today's topic on the meditation side.
Mm-hmm.
On the practical, how do I implement when I do the meditation is, can I say that whenever I am connected, or whenever I am in the thoughtless stage,
Mm-hmm.
that means immediately I am connected to my higher self, or there are some stages in between?
No, it is actually, by thoughtless stage, you are creating the platform.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what communication will happen and all, it depends upon the situation. Means, if you ask something, there is intention, there will be answer and all those things.
Correct.
First, your job is to create the platform.
Correct.
But your further question is what content it will come, it depends. If there is any blackboard, then what will be written on the blackboard? It depends. First,
Okay.
your job is to make the blackboard clean. Na? That is what is the no thought.
Okay, so I created that. Then connection to the higher self. How does it happen?
It depends. If you like to connect, you can stay in that state, or you connect it, or you to communicate it. This state itself is a healing state. So you just be there, you will get healed. Things like that.
Okay, so my next question is that if I have some queries during my thoughtful stage, So when I have just started, I started my meditation with some queries to be answered. I gradually enter into the thoughtless stage, created the platform. The moment I am into the thoughtless stage, all those queries, I don't have any. I don't have any control over those queries because I am already entered the thoughtless stage for, let us say, for 2 minutes or 1 minute, where I'm in a intention, but to connect to my higher self for the answers. But being thoughtless, those queries, I don't have any control because I don't remember that because I'm thoughtless.
Yeah.
So how do I get my answers from my hand? How do I ask those questions first of all, and then get my answers?
Okay. The two way you can deal with it. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, that you can write it. Okay.
Okay.
And just open and glimpse it and say it. Like we go for our market, the shopping list, like that. One way, so that you don't have to think. When you come, you read it and that it. Another way of doing thing is that you are not remembering it, then it shows that you really don't need those answers. Okay. If you need certain answer, definitely it will appear in your mind at that time.
Even being in a thoughtless state.
Even being at the thoughtless state. Okay, so that is another test. If it is not appearing, you consider that it is not really needed.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, otherwise it will definitely come. You cannot miss it. Okay, whether even you can do some kind of prayer beforehand. This answer I need during my meditation today. Before
starting the meditation. Okay.
Yeah, but during meditation it will appear. When you reach to that state, it will appear.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if you say it is blank, but you are missing it, that stage you can ask, I had some question, kindly allow me to have those questions to ask. It will appear.
Because I'm in a thoughtless stage, because I'm not in a stage where
yes, you are thoughtless state.
Okay.
You're thoughtless state. These are all energetic communication.
Okay.
You're not having another thought. You are just getting it, that your intention played.
Okay.
That moment, if you think you are forgotten, then you just pray, I had some questions, please let it allow me to ask those now. It will appear.
So I start my meditation by telling or writing the list of queries I have, and then it should appear.
Yes. Then you just open your eyes for a moment, look at it, and then ask.
Oh, okay. That is also possible.
Yeah,
okay.
That is a practical thing. But what I am saying, it will not happen that way. You will definitely appear. You will not be able to miss it.
Okay.
Try that. Okay.
I will try.
Yeah, it is not possible. That what you are saying, it is not possible in the meditation. That you forget. If whatever you forget is your mind, that is not really your intention.
Oh, is it? So it should appear. Let me
will
try.
Appear. No way it can just forget. Okay.
I'm trying for some time.
Yeah, if you really forget, that means you don't really need to know. That question is not relevant.
Relevant, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. But if you can pray before, and I will now sit for meditation, this question and answer. My soul, please answer me during my no thought zone. Like that. It will come. Okay.
I will do that. Yes.
Okay. Hari-Om, you raised your hand earlier. You had some questions?
No, Guruji.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have removed it.
Okay. Vani, go ahead.
Guruji. I just wanted to, it's nothing to do. Just because today's topic is Buddhism. And I see like monks are walking in US. I went and saw them also. So I just wanted to know, is that also part of the shift that is happening? You said some time back that there's going to be a shift that is more towards non-materialistic living, more conscious living. So is this also, for me, it felt like it was part of the process. People are like awakening, they're coming, watching them, and Is that also a part of a shift?
Okay, let me put it in this way. Whatever you saw in the external world, those are all illusions. Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
That does not mean anything.
Okay.
Means if you find that in front of your house 10 Buddhist monks are passing by and next 100 days there is nobody, both means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are coming from the external world.
Mm-hmm.
It is the consciousness shift from within.
Okay.
Irrespective of any sight of anything, okay, you will feel different. You will feel more connected, more nature, more these things. It doesn't matter, somebody else has to be there in front of it, or somebody has to send you a Buddha a small statue, or send you a message in the WhatsApp spirituality. No. Okay. Those are not showing the shift. Shift is inside, how you feel about it.
Okay.
Okay, so those are not, it's good to have. If somebody is going fine, it's a good thing. I'm not saying something. But your question is, those are the signs of our era is changing? No, because that sign is internal, nothing external.
Okay.
Okay, so those are not to be, taken as the clue of changing the world. No, because those things, again, expectation will come. Suppose one day you say one monk, another say two, next you say next time I'll say three monks, and then you say again one monk came. So you feel like going down again, no? But
No.
That is not what is happening.
Uh-huh.
Shift is happening in the one direction only. But external life, you have different variety, that's possible.
Okay.
So basically, your conclusion is not dependent on something you saw or you didn't see. It's both of them are not really, applicable here.
It's more in terms of like not for myself that I'm talking about. I was just like the determination, like they're showing to walk like more than 100 days. The Buddhist monks that are walking in US, I'm talking about. So that seems to somehow I felt like they're influencing the humans to say that okay, it's not peaceful to. I mean, the peace is inside you, but not like you can't find it through a materialistic.
No, correct. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm giving you exact word. It creates a right vibe in you. I understand. Okay. But second part is whether these are symbols of that we are going into golden era. I'm saying no.
Okay.
Okay, these are not the symbol. This symbol does not come in this way. Okay.
Okay.
That part you should not misunderstand that. Yeah, it's a good thing. Why not? You can see many other events, and it's a very positive, and it creates a good vibe. No doubt about it. Okay. But I'm saying don't correlate this two. Those are not this kind of symptoms of our change of the era.
So how? I mean, it's like individual trying to become more spiritual is the way the whole world is shifting. Okay.
Yes. Okay. It is within, not without.
Yeah.
Okay, not external. In fact, external will be much less. Rather opposite. You will see more chaos, more something, and all those things. But it does not mean that it is the shift is not happening.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. God bless you. Okay, so as there are no further questions, we will conclude our session with Shanti Path. Oh. Sarvesham swastirvavatu सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनो सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ